Hi gamers. I did my first recent collecting video in 2010, so 13 years ago. And this is episode number 100, so this is the 100th collection update video of games I've bought recently, added to my collection in the past 13 years. And I've been pushing this forward a little bit just to get some meat around the bones, so I got some pretty special stuff here coming up, and this is gonna be a bit bigger and longer episode than normal. Then again, I just looked at my videos, and I did my previous video 3 months ago. I'm sorry about that. I'm just being really busy in a good way. Everything is just great, both at work, with the family, with my hobbies, romantically, everything is going just fantastic. So that might be the biggest reason I haven't done that many videos, but I have a feeling that I could be going back to making some more videos. And yeah, but mostly I've been playing Magic the Gathering with my friends, and my Warhammer playgroup is also being more active these days, so lots of other things other than video games. But that doesn't stop me from collecting them, at least, even if I don't play video games that much, thanks to Magic and Warhammer these days. Let's go right to it. We got, like I said, this is a little bit of a special video, so I got some special things here. But first, let's start out pretty traditionally already. It's been like this for the past 5 years. Let's go through what Nintendo Switch games I've got. First up, we got Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. This is a deluxe remake of the Wii original. Then we have Fire Emblem Engage. This was a welcome return to form for Fire Emblem. The previous one, which was it, Three Houses? I'm sorry, I'm terrible with Fire Emblem names. They make so many of them. Like the previous mainline Fire Emblem just had too much emphasis on the stuff in between the battles, all the romance and friendship stuff, and all kinds of things. Like get me to the get me to the battle, get me to the strategy part, and yeah, Fire Emblem Engage does just that. So if you didn't quite like the previous one, maybe you like this one. It's a return to form. Then we also got another Fire Emblem Warriors game, Three Hopes, and a duo of Pokemon games, Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. Not sure, these were released quite a little bit buggy, and some polishing up would have been good. I'm not sure if they fixed it now. I think so. Nintendo always likes to support their games for a long time, so, but not sure about that. And we have Splatoon 3. I really love Splatoon. Of course, the first one was a sleeper hit on the Wii U, and yeah, nobody expected much, but it's like one of Nintendo's biggest franchises these days. And I really like I know it's mostly an online shooter for most people, but I'm not really a big online shooter fan. I like the campaign portions of the games, and yes, Splatoon 3 is no different in that respect. A nice like the campaign isn't too drawn out, and it's you're always seeing new things, and there's rarely like a ton of repetition or something like that. So yeah, great visuals, and plays even better than the previous ones. We have Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which I haven't been playing it, so I'm not going to be saying anything about that. Sorry. Live Alive. One of it's really nice to have to see like one of these. This is one of Square's Japan only Super Nintendo JRPGs, and these are the kind of games that we've only read about in magazines, and oh, it's never gonna come out in in the West. It's Japanese only. You won't be able to understand it, and it's really nice that they have been porting over like these RPGs that have been forever been locked to the Japanese language until now, like Seiken Densetsu 3 and now Live Alive. And yeah, this is a very different kind of concept. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 8 small RPGs basically. It's not a big sprawling adventure, but more like a collection of different stories and different play styles. So it's a nice different little concept. Then we have Bayonetta 3, a long time coming, and yeah, it's pains me to say, but wasn't quite worth the wait. I guess you can see the limitations of the Switch platform. Yeah, graphically not that interesting, not that smooth. It's still Bayonetta, nice action, of course, some nice humor, but could have been a bit more competent technically. But that's not the only Bayonetta game we have here. We also have Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon. Haven't played this yet, but looking at the videos, this looks a lot more interesting than Bayonetta 3 actually. Very nice visuals, and this like a storybook fable kind of thing, which really suits the origin story for a witch. And one more Switch game. Of course, we have Metroid Prime Remastered. Metroid Prime is it's firmly in my top 3 games of all time. It was very unique back when it came out, very groundbreaking, and I'm happy to say that it still holds up. Like the map design and the adventure, the way you open up your new abilities, none of that has aged a day. And even I would say that like even though the graphics are a bit plain, like the textures and stuff, like the geometry of the levels is still it's pretty good. Of course, in the GameCube days, it was mind-boggling how rich the environments were, but it's still quite nice. Of course, you can see like there are basically corridors and rooms. Yeah, it's not a an open world game, so you can see the lines, so to speak. But yeah, it's to me a Metroidvania game like this. It doesn't really matter. Like, of course, it's just corridors and rooms, but it's about the journey, like, and the wonderful visuals, the different environments, the music that changes when you change environments. Yeah, Metroid Prime just still holds up. I think it could have used maybe a teleportation option for some points of the game. There is some backtracking every now and then that could have been like done away with, but still it's a minor complaint in an otherwise absolutely fantastic game. And that was the Switch games. Before we get to some retro goodness, let's go through some Amiibo I've got that didn't quite warrant a separate video on their own. We got 2 sets of Super Smash Bros. Amiibo here. We got from Minecraft, Steve and Alex. they look blocky, and that's that's how they should look. And the second duo that came out at the same time was for Sephiroth and Kazuha. And yeah, there is. I think I misspoke in some of my videos saying that now they are almost done. They are almost done. At least we're missing Sora, but they haven't announced that yet. I think we're missing some other, but yeah, it's really beginning to be the end of an era. We're down to the very last Smash Bros. Amiibo series that started on the Wii U. Like, wait, how many years ago? 9 years ago? 10? Something like that. So yeah, I've been diligently collecting everything, and still up to 100% collection when it comes to Amiibo. And not just Smash Bros. Amiibo, every Amiibo. These are also ones that I added to my collection. So these are from Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I can't remember the names, especially I got this from Japan. The Amiibo are identical, so no reason to get these from anywhere else than where you can get them the cheapest. And yeah, now I again have this came out like I don't know, last summer, so it's been a while. But yeah, I got this from Japan as a trio, and happy to have a full Amiibo collection yet again. Okay, then we get to the retro stuff. I've been thinking about like what games I would like to like add to my collection for the 100th episode festivities, and I got a couple of those, but also I got a couple of games like for specific platforms that I love to collect for. So I knew I wanted to get at least one game for those platforms, no matter the game, and also got some nice surprises here that I didn't even plan on getting, but I got anyway. One of those is here. Let's start out. Here we have Super Mario Brothers 3 wristwatch, and as you can see here, it's let's do a little zoom. It's like a one-screen game. You can move left, right, up and down, and the LCD characters there move about. I'm sorry, I don't have any batteries for it, but it's in really nice condition. So I'm gonna be putting this up for display in my glass cabinet, and yeah, I really like the aesthetics of this. I was thinking like it would be funny to put a battery in it and actually start using it for work or something like that. Yeah, this was funny. I got this from from a local collector who I had bought something beforehand, and or did he buy something from me? Well, we like kind of knew about each other, and he sent me a message that he has some new stuff that he wants to sell. I went over to his place, and I got more than I bargained for. I got some old Finnish Nintendo magazines and magazine binders and stuff like that, but I also had this watch. It was a good deal. How much did I pay for it? Like 35 euros, I think. So yeah, these are really nice pieces of Nintendo history. Then I visited Sweden a while back, and I went to a local retro game store, of course, and they had a decent price on this Game Boy rechargeable battery pack 2. So you can recharge it, charge it from the like regular wall socket that you have, and have a carry this battery around, so you don't have to shell out for AA batteries. And of course, with this you can also like play without the batteries, of course, while you're charging. And yeah, just a fun little peripheral, and I really like the futuristic 80s, 90s visuals that they had on the old Game Boy packaging. Now this is something that I was planning on getting for at least a decade, and now I finally got around to it. This is the Virtua Fighter CG Portrait Collection, and this is the special disc, special gold disc that you got. I'm gonna show you here. Looks like this. So this is for the Sega Saturn. And the Virtua Fighter Portrait Collection. Actually, here is like a pamphlet for it. What the Virtua Fighter CG Portrait Collection is a collection of discs that they made for each of the characters in the game. So here is number 1, which is it? So Sarah Bryant, and number 2, Jackie Bryant, and so on. So there's a total of 10 of these discs, and these aren't really like games. I wouldn't say. They're a collection of still pictures and music bites. I'm not sure if they're, I think maybe some video, but like these were really cheap in Japan back in the day. So not full-sized games, and you could get the this gold disc for free, mailed to you. As you can see, you got here the address and everything. They mailed it to you in this this cardboard sleeve. If you provided proof to Sega that you had bought all 10 of these discs. So buy all of these, mail something like a piece of paper from this OB strip, not sure, or something like that, and then Sega would send you the bonus disc here. So as such, this is by far the rarest of the discs, and actually holds some value. I think these you can get like for $5 or $10, even sealed these days. But yeah, this was like 50 or something like that. So yeah, ever since I collected these, I've been wanting to get the gold disc, and now I finally got it. There's also an 11th disc here. This is the Dural, or the final disc, and looks like this, but this wasn't part of the deal. You didn't need to get the Dural disc in order to get the gold disc. But so the entire collection is now 12 discs altogether. Oh, just put this over here. Then a couple of games that I love to collect for the platform that they are in. But these were just cheap stuff that I came about, so I decided to get them for this video. We got for the Dreamcast WWF Attitude, so maybe someday I'll get a complete European Dreamcast collection. I'm about halfway there so far, so gotta get them all. And the other one, of course, is Neo Geo AES. I love Neo Geo. Love the huge game cartridges that they come in, and yeah, World Heroes. It's one of the cheapest games. I'm actually not sure why I didn't have this before. To double check, I really don't have this, but yeah, I got this, and of course I couldn't have a 100th celebrational video of my collection collecting without a Neo Geo AES game. So here we go. And then, of course, some more Nintendo retro. For the Super Nintendo, we got Vortex. It's one of those Super FX games, and looks like visually very similar to like Star Fox, and it's actually made by the same people at Argonaut. And then, while I was preparing for this video, I took a look at my NES collection and thought about what like stone cold classics I'm missing for the NES, and one of those was Excitebike. One of the biggest classics on the system, and yeah, still great fun. I think like one more game that I'm missing that would be considered like an all-time classic is Kid Icarus. For some reason I never got around to get that. But hey, there's always needs to be something to collect and look forward to, right? So, Kid Icarus, I'm coming for you, and welcome to Excitebike. And got here one more game. This is for the Game Boy, and this was one of my childhood favorite games on the Game Boy, and that is Gargoyle's Quest. Of course, made by Capcom, and it's in the same universe as Ghouls and Ghosts and Ghosts and Goblins type of games. But this was a really nice adventure game with a world map and some side-scrolling action sections. You play the gargoyle here, and yeah, really advanced for the black and white Game Boy. Pretty big adventure, and some really tricky level design, and yeah, fantastic music. You should just go to check out some of Gargoyle's Quest music right now after you've seen my video here through to the end. And yeah, this was a huge favorite of mine. I did finish it back when I was a kid. I'm really proud of that. It wasn't an easy game. Yeah, but for some reason I had lost my Game Boy collection to the sands of time, and now I've been looking to add Gargoyle's Quest back to my collection for a really long time, like ever since I started collecting. Basically I started collecting my collection. I started accumulating it during the Nintendo 64. So from that point on, I didn't sell my previous console to fund the next console like I did with the NES and Super Nintendo. But from Nintendo 64 onwards, I have my original Zelda, original Mario. Those are part of my collection for forever. But before that, I had sold my stuff, and Game Boy games being among those. So really happy to add Gargoyle's Quest back to my collection. I really love the game. One more, this item, this isn't a game, but this is a piece of Nintendo history, at least here in Finland. This is a membership card to the Nintendo Club. And the Nintendo Club is an institution. Everybody here in Finland who collects Nintendo knows about it, and everybody who was a kid back in those days were a part of it. You could get some free news leaflets delivered to your home like 4 times a year, I want to say. And with this plastic membership card, you could also get some discounts at stores for Nintendo games. So yeah, you go to a store and you flash this out and say, I'm part of the Nintendo Club, and you get like 10 or 5% off of the game. So really cool. Now, this isn't my original card. I did have one as a kid, but for some reason I was too adult to own a Nintendo Club card, and I think I threw it away at some point, which I really regret. But this is my friend's old card. Thank you to Thomas who gave me this And yeah, I'm just even though this isn't my original one, I'm just really happy to have one of these as well. So this is going right next, right to my glass cabinet. Have a have a nice display for it, and again, just really happy to own one. Again, this brings back so many memories to me, and thank you, Thomas, very much for giving me your old card. You when you gave this to me, you said that when we talked about me losing this, and I was heartbroken about it. So he had told me that sounds like you appreciate this card more than than he does. So that's why he gave it to me, and yeah, this is going straight to the cabinet, and I'm gonna be taking some really good care of it. That's it for this 100th episode of my collection updates. If you have been with me from the beginning, please let me know in the comments, or if you just joined me, you can tell me that, tell me how you found my channel maybe. But yeah, I would really like to hear about you. Like how long have you been watching my videos, and yeah, how many of you have been part of this journey from the beginning for the 13 years I've been in YouTube. Well, I guess I started in 2009, so 14 years. I started out doing like my complete collection, console collections. Like, these are all of my GameCube games, these are all of my NES games. Once I had done all of those full collections, then I started this series, the Recent Collecting, where I show all of the games that I've added to my collection since the previous video. So first I did those complete console collections, and then I started doing these. And yeah, 13 years later, still doing it. It's kind of I do like the fact that I have like documented every game that I've added to my collection. So it's fun to sometimes go back and watch the old videos, and when did I get that game, and oh, that was 9 years ago, that's crazy, something like that. Also this I hope I never have to do it, but like if my whole house burned down or something like that, then I still would have like video proof for the insurance company that yes, I've had all of these games, here's the proof. So I guess there's that as well. But more, the biggest reason that I do this is just I want to show these to you guys. I know you're interested, and have a little discussion about all of the games. And yeah, let's continue on the comment section below. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm FinnGamer everywhere. Thanks for watching this video, and here's to many more of these. I'll see you next time. Bye.